a lot of people think about money as like the primal of success. So you went from a $200,000 job, paying job, that allowed you to interact with CEOs, brush your shoulders with them, and you ultimately went to a path of, okay, I'm going to become a freelance writer. I'm going to do what I want. And what are your parents' views? Because in today's world, that it's like maybe 17 or 18-year-olds, you tell your parents that you want to become a YouTuber, you want to run an online business, and you don't want to get a degree. You get the looks from everybody, and you're getting told off from that point in time. So what are your parents' views?
If you've read the book, I mean, in the intro, they didn't go to college. And I think part of their American dream was like creating a foundation such that me and my siblings could go to college. We all did. And it's really cool to know that like we did that and my parents helped play a big part in that. I think I didn't realize there were these implicit assumptions until I stepped off the path. And this is a broader thing, is like when you're doing what everyone else is doing, nobody asks you, why are you doing this? As soon as you step off that path, people are like, why? Why are you doing this? Why don't you just get a normal job? Aren't you afraid of this? And people start mapping all their fears onto your life. So by the time I quit, I was like very confident this was the path for me. I was very surprised to find that like how uncomfortable other people were with me taking this path. My parents have always been supportive, but I think they didn't really understand what I was doing. I think if they had to admit it, they'd probably think it was like pretty stupid and silly what I was doing in the first few years of my journey. I think since they've seen me like come alive and be energized and be like pretty happy doing this and starting to realize that like their fears of not having certainty are not mine. Right. And I think a lot of people make that mistake. I'll have people talk to me, and I think a lot of people have this idea that like I should do my own thing. I should carve my own path. And then they'll talk to me and they'll say, well, don't you worry about X. Don't you worry about Y. It's like, no, those are your worries. You're mapping them onto me because you're afraid.
Yes.
Was I afraid of certain things when I left? Sure. But they were worth the cost of admission.